global pandemic, an overdue reckoning on race, an economic crisis, and an election right in the middle of it all. Get ready for the Democratic National Convention.
This election is about decency. It's about honor. It's about restoring dignity.
Roy, Desi, good morning.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Greetings from Las Vegas.
Oh, man, I miss Vegas. Oh, I miss Vegas.
Oh, we miss you too. We really need you. Come visit soon.
It's like 102 there right now. What is it? 102, a balmy 97.
Actually, it's 115 degrees. We have a major heat wave going on here.
I'm going to wait it out here in New York for a little bit longer, but I'll be out there. I'm going to wait until it cools down just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, Roy, let's start with you. Tell me about the logistics of covering a virtual convention.
We're still figuring out every bit and piece of it, but the first thing we have to know is what are the stories that we're going to follow, and that stuff is still unfolding. And that's the hardest part with this news cycle, is that we're literally it used to be a 24-hour news cycle. Now I feel like we're somewhere, Desi, what would you say, like a 4-hour news cycle, 8-hour news cycle?
Well, yeah, I would say it's really minute to minute sometimes. And I mean, how many hours are even in the day anymore? That's the other complicated thing. It feels like we've gained more hours per day during this pandemic and election cycle.
Is that once this union is together, it brings together every black person in the country. And if you're black, you're automatically approved. It's the opposite of a home loan.
Okay, fine. And then what happens once you have the black union? How does that help?
Once we're organized, every year we'll make America negotiate a new deal with us, and with our strength in numbers, we can finally get our demands met.
And Desi, it's strange not being in the crowd at ground zero where all the energy's happening.
We definitely, part of our job is getting out there and talking to people, man on the street, being there for these events. And we definitely miss that. There's no doubt about it. But, we have to stay safe. We have to do what we have to do. And there are other cool ways of covering it. I mean, I will say part of doing things virtually now, we're able to get interviews that we might not actually be able to get if we were there in person. So there are some advantages. There's some silver linings. So we're trying to plan for what we can and just be flexible.
And Roy, any particular politicians or guests you're looking forward to trying to get that one interview?
Well, the thing that's interesting is that most of the people that are running or that'll be speaking at the convention have already sat in a chair next to Trevor. So I think it'll be pretty easy to get most of them, the next time around. Biden's been to the show, Kamala's been to the show. We talked, myself and Jordan Klepper, just before the COVID shutdown, we spoke with Rep. Jim Clyburn down in South Carolina. He's speaking at the convention. So I think that it's going to be fun to see which people have the time, but I think everybody at some point or another is going to make time. If not for us in the field department, definitely for Trevor. And I think that goes to both sides of the aisle.
So do the parties treat the Daily Show differently?
You know what? Yeah, I'll be honest in that regard. I do think that when we're out in the field, there's definitely a different energy at some of the Republican events versus the Democratic events. But if you watch a lot of Jordan Klepper's coverage, where, Klepper's probably, of all the correspondents, he's the one that's been out with the RNC the most and been out, covering Trump events the most. And being there with the camera, just in general, you know this as a member of the media, they kind of lump us all in the same. And it's just, we're all fake news and crooked. So it's nice to be as hated as people that are far more professional than us, because it makes us feel like we're also as professional as what you all are doing in Vegas. And we know that's not the truth. But, at the end of the day, thankfully, anyone with an opinion is still kind enough to talk to us. And that's all we really want. It's just people's opinions, regardless of how you feel about us.
Desi, this is such an important election on both sides. Do you feel the vibe about this election? Is it different than ever before?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now, that's to say the least. So it feels like this is an incredibly important election, unlike any other that I've certainly lived through. And yeah, I think that the next couple weeks are going to be really exciting. There's a lot that's going to unfold. I look forward to this next week and being a very hopeful, optimistic time to hopefully bring the country together. I think we could all use a little bit of that. So yeah, we look forward to that.
Roy, Desi, I appreciate you both. Congratulations and good luck at the Democratic Convention. And come visit us in Las Vegas real soon. We'd love to have you.
Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Thank you.